Hey everybody, so it's opening weekend of bow season. Looks like I'm going to be missing it. I'm headed to North Louisiana from Shreveport, Frierson area, from Edmond, Oklahoma City area. I got to go pick up some materials, equipment, like my lawnmower and four-wheeler stuff that I left in South Louisiana. My dad's bringing it up to me, and we're going to meet there in North Louisiana, spend the night. We'll probably come back Sunday. I'm going to try to hit the woods and the WMAs Saturday morning there, close to where I'm going to be at. It's one that I usually hunt a good bit. Hopefully, stumble across a deer and just get lucky, because I have not been on the place that I'm headed, that I'm going to try to hunt since January of last year. It's where I killed that good hog and I let a few deer walk, so we'll see what happens. Got a long drive right now. I'm in Wayne, Oklahoma. I've got 368 miles left to get to where I'm going. We'll go from there on that. Let me know how y'all's opening weekends go. Hopefully I'm gonna everything goes smooth there and I get back Sunday at a decent time. Might see if I can make a hunt Sunday evening over at a place about 45 minutes from my house if I can get in Oklahoma, if I can get back early enough. It's I've got a bunch of pictures I'm going to be posting. Got some cameras out on some public land here in Oklahoma. I have some really good deer on it. I got an 11 point that's been showing up around 7 o'clock, 7:15 every morning. A couple smaller bucks, anywhere from spikes to like 8 points, and just shit ton of does. It's amazing how many deer is actually just present in the area that they're in, because you look at it, and I mean, basically to sum it up, it's like my 8-year-old said when we pulled up to scout a couple weekends ago. Where are all the trees at, Dad? Well, they're far and few between. But once you find some clusters of trees and a little bit of thicket, there's probably more deer in that section than a lot of, like, I've got more deer on camera, and 2 cameras that are 200 yards apart have probably a dozen different bucks on them that 11 points on one, there's an 11 and an 8 and a 7 on one camera that doesn't show up to the other camera 200 yards apart. It's pretty cool to see the difference in what we're used to hunting, growing up hunting in North Louisiana and South Louisiana and everything, and getting here. And because I've been out towards West Oklahoma and Mangum, Oklahoma before, and totally different. It kind of reminds you of hunting, like, so the guys are familiar with it, that seeing it, the Kansas and Nebraska, just the open and everything. That's what the areas that I'm here in Oklahoma that I'm checking out and getting accustomed to, due to the fact that I chose to do that, because I can go to places, just public land out toward anywhere in Oklahoma, pretty much on the east side, central to the east side, and hunt stuff that we're used to, if you're from Louisiana. And I gotta get a haircut. It's looking horrible. Got the coon eyes going on. Staying busy. It's what we're accustomed to. If you're from Louisiana, like, the big woods and everything, there's places like that I can go hunt, but I chose to spend my time this year learning the vast openness of it, I guess, if that's how you want to put it, because it's something we're not used to. Like, I'm not, and a lot of my buddies aren't. So I was like, it's different. If I'm gonna live here, I wanna hunt different than what I've hunted. So that's my plans in Oklahoma. Like I said, I'm headed to North Louisiana now. I'd have liked to have been on the road way earlier. Things happen, and at least I picked the kids up at the bus stop there at the neighborhood this evening, so I did get to tell them, bye before I left. So that was a plus. And met one of my new neighbors for the first time, like, in the neighborhood. Never met them. Very first house. I live in the very back of the neighborhood. It's only like 12 houses in it. The road's like quarter mile long. And I say neighborhood. it's different than what it's not such. It's a neighborhood that's like we're on like a little 3-acre lot, so it's not like these little like cookie cutter like things that like 100 houses on 20 acres, like, so it's, we have a lot of deer and turkey. Like, I was sitting there talking to, I picked up my boys and one of the neighbor's sons, and when I was dropping the neighbor's son off, there was three or four big gobblers walking across the yard, which is completely normal up here in this area we live. But back to what I was saying, I met the neighbor that lives in the very first house. I was parked like tire on the edge of the road, not in the grass, and like literally got cussed out because somebody ran over his sprinklers, and it must have been me. Like, I've never met the dude. I've never picked the kids up from the bus stop. Like, nice to meet you, man. Like, somebody really needs to give that old man a hug. Won't be me though. So as I said, just got a long ride ahead of me. I want to jump on here. It's been probably 5 days to a week since I posted anything. I've never went live, so I really had no clue how it works. So I was like, screw it. I'm gonna hop on here and do this while I'm driving. I'm probably gonna record a podcast here in a minute. We dropped one this morning with Hunting on the Edge with Lucas Kincaid. It's been recorded a while back. Just getting up here and getting everything situated to start dropping podcast again. We want to holler, swap outdoors there, thanks. I appreciate it. I'm going to be the safest I can, these other drivers out here. Get with me, dude. We need to record a podcast together and maybe hit a couple things on Facebook and YouTube together and do a podcast for sure. And go over it's crazy up here. I know you've been to Missouri and hunted too, so get together on that and talk about it. But we dropped one this morning. The one today I'll record will probably be for next Friday. I'll record it today or tomorrow. I'm trying to record a couple because, like I said, if I meet my dad down here, if we get to go hunting in the morning, it'll be the first opening morning we've hunted together in 3 years. Hell, our last hunting trip was 3 years ago. So, I threw my bow in the truck to try and get a chance just to be in the woods because, like I said, I hadn't made a hunt with him in 3 years. So we're gonna, hopefully get to do that, and hopefully we get lucky in the deal. We're gonna see what it is. Then I've been trying to talk him into coming up here with me because it's crazy the deer, and I think he'd enjoy himself. Back to the podcast. Like I said, I'm trying to record something with him and just a single. I do have one coming up. If many of you guys know John Sokup, he's trying to qualify through all 9 elites for all 9 opens for the elites. We recorded probably 4 months ago, maybe, and I wasn't ready to drop it, and I think I'm gonna do it in a couple weeks because it's a real good episode. He's sitting in 3rd right now out of 7 out of 9 tournaments been fished, so he's looking good. Keep an eye on him. He's gonna be big in the bass fishing world. He's been fishing the National Professional Fishing League. He's done really well there. Won 2 or 3 tournaments. He's been close on winning some opens. He's good, and he's part of what they call Bass Tank. Those guys are crazy good on like live scope and everything. It's like they're the ones that can really show you how to dial your stuff in, and they know what they're doing with it. It's insane to watch what they've done in the fishing industry. We'll be dropping a podcast with him and talk about just like a raw and uncut podcast. I think when we start, he's got his baby boy who's like probably a couple months old at the time, something like that, asleep on his chest while we're doing the podcast, like recording. I believe he got an Amazon delivery while we were talking. Like, I was like, you know what, we're just gonna roll with it. Like, it's life. Like, I enjoyed it, just getting to talk to them, and like we're not gonna try and like. I'm not worried about editing anything out. That's one thing about my podcast. Some people may like it, some don't. My YouTube stuff, like this, I try not to do a bunch of editing and make it fancy because like I want to. I want y'all to see what the real thing is to it, because it's like you can, you know, some of our hunting, like I should have some hunting and fishing videos coming up. Some of them will be doctored up, like fancied up a little bit, but they're not going to be like super fancy. Like that's not who I am when it comes to it. And whenever it gets recorded, it gets recorded. It is what it is, and you know, just gonna do what we need to do. Go from there. Thank y'all. I'll probably be live again, and we'll see what we can do to let y'all know how the deer hunt goes and the trip and everything else. Thanks. Later.